Man, what I've learned is that there's just not good improv games.
No, because you shouldn't play a game. It's improv.
It's how you're supposed to warm up.
I'm pretty warm over here, Ben. I don't know about you.
But we have to be on the same. We're gonna mind meld real quick, then we're good to go. Remember, it's we're on the count of three. We're gonna say the same word as each other. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Sandwiches.
Penis.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Cock.
Penis.
1, 2, 3. Pin Island.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, you know what?
Honeys,
we're home.
Hello, and welcome to Sinclarity, a Dinosaur's Tale. We're on episode 65 of this podcast, which is a podcast dedicated to reviewing every episode of the early 90s television series Dinosaurs and other related media. I'm one of your hosts, Ben Hand Up Me, and I'm here with another one of your hosts.
We're going to need another Timmy.
Fuck yeah. So, We're doing a bonus episode. That's why I'm talking first. If you've tuned in before, you know that Tim introduces the show, or maybe you've never figured out which one of us is which. You know, it doesn't really matter. Like I can't tell us apart.
We're
Tim's
pretty much different.
Yeah, Tim's handsomer. I'm more like anxious in a different way. Tim's anxious in another way. So it's like
from being too handsome.
Yeah, it causes a lot of anxiety in Tim's life. He goes to the store and he's just like, is everybody looking at me or is everybody looking at me?
Please don't look at me.
So, yeah, I don't, what is going on in your life this week, Tim? Anything good?
It's my final week of work before I go on vacation to go see you, Ben.
Oh shit. Where are you going to see me?
I don't know.
Oh
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Oh shit! I gotta prepare. I gotta make my room all nice.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna go to your house, but
why wouldn't you go to my house? It's a cool house.
I don't know. You don't have to go to your house.
You don't want drugs? There's lots of drugs here.
I don't do kava.
Whenever I tell people like what neighborhood I live in, they're like, a lot of drugs over there. I'm like, where? Give me them.
give me.
Like, not anymore. There won't be.
Not when I show up. That's right.
But so as I said, so this is a special week for us because this is the second week of our bonus series because we're building up sexual tension before we get into season 4, the final season of the show Dinosaurs. So
it's because that season's gonna get hot and heavy.
So. It's gonna get heavy and hot
and ready.
It's $5. It's not heavy. It's my episodes of Dinosaurs. That's what I have to say about it. That's
okay.
That's like a Johnny Cash thing. I don't know. Who knows?
I thought it was like a Beatles joke.
I don't know anything about anything. That's just my whole thing. So today I tried to bring up the thing you told me about to my partner, Katie. I brought up Nancy Reagan throat goat and and her response was like, you just Nancy told me Reagan. You don't know anything about Twitter. And now you're telling me about some shit you saw on Twitter. I'm like, no, I saw it on Tim's Twitter. I saw it on Reddit because I Googled Nancy Reagan throat goat and that's what popped up. And guess what?
You Googled it.
It popped up in an article from like a forum post from like 5 years ago. So people have been talking about it, like talking about Reagan gagging for years.
It was in someone's actual book. Like
yeah, but anyone can put out an actual book.
I know, but that's where that like story or lore or whatever you want to call it, talent.
Yeah. Our stepsister podcast lore. I'm just going to claim it now, just so people can think that we have anything to do with it. Aaron Mankey We're coming for you.
us.
Well, wait till he
you.
turns 28. He turns into a primate, then he can't do shit.
Level 28. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Good
what
joke.
Thank you. I stole that from Billy Mankey, who the first time I met him, he told me when he's turned 28, he'll turn into a Billy Primate. And I was like, damn, no, he's not 28 yet.
Oh my God. He's a child.
We're old.
Yeah, I know.
We're old. I guess this kid's age the other day, I guess 28. He's like, I'm only 25. Why does everyone think I'm old? I'm like, because you're hanging out with old people. Like, I'm old.
Stop hanging out with old people.
Yeah, stop all the hanging out with old people and all the downloading. It's causing problems. Get a hoagie. Download me the character Hoagie from Viva Rock Vegas off the internet.
What? That's not a character.
There's a character named Hoagie. Just saying.
Is it a talking sandwich?
Is that a talking sandwich, or are you just happy to see me? So while you were busy dealing with Nancy Reagan this week, what I did,
I didn't do anything with Nancy Reagan. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I've been thinking a lot about Christmas coming up and Hanukkah already over. I missed that one. Sorry, everyone. But we got Christmas right around the corner, probably coming out right when we fucking post this. No, Christmas is coming out. I don't think that's the way that makes sense.
Christmas is debuting.
Gay.
Next week.
Christmas coming out as gay, finally.
Yeah. Actually, pansexual.
Oh, shit. Pantaclaus? I'm into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I decided this year, there's these new things, these hot new things called Shrinky Dinks.
Oh, and, hot new.
I was at an art thing and somebody was selling like these like little thick plastic earrings of like characters from Adventure Time, and I was like, the fuck, how'd they make this? And they're like, oh, it's Shrinky Dinks. I'm like, from the television commercial compilations I watched from the 80s. Like, and apparently, yeah, that's the thing. So me and Katie ordered a bunch of Shrinky Dink paper and printable paper, and we're gonna make a bunch of like earrings and keychains and shit for people. So if you end up with some sexy frog, like a Pepe the Frog keychain, you know who you got it from.
Are you allowed to say that?
I think Pepe's reclaimed.
Well, by the creator, but I don't know.
I think they canceled Pepe Le Pew and uncanceled Pepe the Frog. That was the big trade.
Oh yeah, and the cancel off.
Yeah, and the cancel off. And the cancel offra. But
Mr. Cancel off.
Yeah. So speaking of being canceled, we're talking about this. The series is like about defunct land. You may have heard of this YouTube channel by Kevin Perjurer. It's pretty big. It's like he's like Ken Burns, but like sexy and young and on fire. But actually, nobody knows his age.
He's on fire right now. So.
Oh, poor guy. I mean, like the climate change. It's just but like his channel is a series. Typically, it began as like as much of defunct rides from like Disney World Japan, Six Flags, shit like that. And it kind of like had a couple spinoffs because of the success. And this one is from Defunct TV, is the spinoff we're talking about. We're on the second episode of the Defunct TV series on Jim Henson, which is some guy.
Just some guy. The brainchild of the show that we talk about every week.
I don't think that Jim Henson is the brainchild of dinosaurs. I don't think that's backwards.
Whatever.
I think it's funny.
He thought about it.
Earl Sinclair imagined Jim Henson. Like that's how it all happened. Bill Beretta would like you to believe so.
I mean, Earl did live before Jim Henson, so.
But did he really live? I mean, he was 42 and never been to Europe.
No, he hasn't lived. Jim Henson's been to Europe plenty of times by 42.
Next week we're going to talk all about it too. But yeah, we're Kevin Perjurer does this like 6-episode series about it. And the first one we did last week was about like the Salmon Friends show he did. It was about him finding out what TV was when he was 13, late to the game, in my opinion. And this week, this is called The Curse of Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is I don't know. It's a video about like children's programming and like how Henson was trying to escape being like pigeonholed for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he didn't want to do it because he wanted to try and basically make Muppets for everybody. Like he thought that Muppets could be for everyone, not just children.
Yeah, there's no me in Muppets, just an M. So
yeah.
I mean, I guess there is an M and an E in Muppets. My bad.
There is.
There is a me in Muppets. The me in Muppets is probably their hands. That's the me. That makes sense.
If it's you specifically, yes.
I think Muppet means me and puppet mixed together.
Oh, Ben. That's what they're called.
Puppets. We call them Muppets. Get that bussy, the Muppet bussy.
No.
Pop that Muppet bussy. So I'm glad we did our little improv warm up because now I'm like I want to speak in alphabets.
Oh God.
That's where I'm at right now. I'm a boy carried the way. Wait, never mind. It's not easy to do. I just keep wanting to shout egads.
Yeah.
Like a comic book character.
Ejaculate.
I hate when I'm reading a book and it's like, stop, he ejaculated. I'm like, gross. Like, why did he come just now?
Well, usually you want it to stop, you know?
Yeah. I don't know what that means at all. Nancy.
You can just go.
They used to call Tim "Say Yes, Nancy" in high school. But yeah, so we're discussing it's about Sesame Street, and I was kind of like wondering whether you have a history of watching Sesame Street as a kid.
I have just some memories. Like I specifically remember the skit for Cereal Girl, which was a parody of Material Girl by Madonna. I remember that. It was like a little music video.
What's funny is I remember the scene in Wedding Singer where he says, "I am a material girl living in this is a material world," and was my introduction to that song existing.
Oh, well, I knew Cereal World before I knew Material Girl. Kind of like how I knew Amish Paradise before Gangster's Paradise.
I hate like when I'm singing either of those songs, the other one comes on in my head. Like it switches. I'll be like,
which one?
I'll be doing Gangster's Paradise. Then midway through, I'm just like, I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain.
That's because it's probably better, honestly.
I mean, yeah, just like White and Nerdy. That song. I remember seeing that on MTV before I went to school, and I like got home and memorized it. That's how much I suck as a person.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, that's what I remember about Sesame Street the most, other than, you know, the characters and like Oscar the Grouch and stuff like that.
I know I watched it. I watched another puppet show as a kid, like called like remember like Lamb Chop?
Yeah.
I watched that, and I remember being in school in like first grade, and the teacher was asking us like what we wanted to watch, and I said Lamb Chop, and she said gross. And I don't know what she thinks that meant. To this day, I don't know.
Vegan.
Vegan. Like I was like, is that really what she thought I meant? Like, what the fuck?
Maybe she just hates that stupid fucking song that never ends.
I know that. I mean, that's really what the show is like gone down in history for. I think more people are aware of that song than that show.
Yeah, it's annoying. I mean, I remember the character Lamb Chop, and I also remember, was it Charlie Horse?
Yeah, obviously. I was like, what a good name. Really, really fucking clever, bro.
Yeah, like Sam Eagle.
Yes. Wait, I don't get that one. Oh, Uncle Sam.
That's okay. We're not there yet.
Legal Eagle.
Legal Eagle.
Bob, legal Bob, Eagle. Bob. Walking down the street. Legal. But yeah, so I guess Lamb Chop's gross. But I remember vague, like I remember scenes from Sesame Street. I obviously remember like Bert and Ernie and Elmo and like some. I didn't know like until watching this that Big Bird was supposed to be like a giant baby, like a 3-year-old or some shit. And then as well as that,
they wanted to make him relatable.
Yeah,
to children.
Yeah, but like most children are 7 foot tall and have feathers, so that makes sense.
A lot of them, yeah.
Are you eating fries and talking during our podcast? I'm loving it.
They're from Wendy's.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Shout out to Wendy's.
Shout out to my landlord's girlfriend, Wendy. Because every time he says he's going to Wendy's, I don't know which one because it's the other one each time. I guess wrong each time.
How many Wendy's do you have in your area?
Well, he goes his girlfriend and then the restaurant. It's the closest fast food place to my house.
That was a terrible joke.
I don't get it. It's not a joke. It's literally, this is my landlord will say, "Hey, I'm heading to Wendy's if you need anything." I'm like, "A 4 for $4," and he's like, "No, my girlfriend's." I'm like, literally, I guess wrong every time. Not on purpose.
I thought you were making a joke about eating and his girlfriend and
what? I don't get it. Explain that to me. What would that mean? What would that be?
Mind.
What kind of joke would that be? Huh? What kind of joke is that?
Not a good
fucking pervert. That's right. We're talking about children's television.
Yeah, why are we talking about that?
Hey, look, you're the one doing it. I'm here to keep us on track.
Reagan on Sesame Street?
Hold on. Hey, Brian. Shit, we fired Brian. We need a new intern. Yeah, Lisa Henson. Jim, the ghost of Jim Henson.
Oh, hi, guys.
Oh, no, it's his brother, John Henson. Every Jim has a John. That's like a thing. Let's see. Nancy Reagan on Sesame Street. Was Madonna on Sesame Street?
No, I doubt it.
You doubt it?
Yeah. If it was Madonna, it would be like late 90s Madonna.
I mean, they had Cereal Girl. That's literally a parody of Madonna.
Cereal Girl, yeah, but it's a parody. It's different.
Nancy Reagan had an influence on episode 2706 with the Just Say No campaign. Also responsible for incarceration deaths of many Black people in our country. Just throwing it in there real quick. Miss Piggy appeared as Madonna in the 1985 stage show, The Muppet Show on Tour Second Edition, and performed Madonna's song Angel. Also, Miss Piggy dresses Madonna for a poster that spoofs Madonna's Material Girl. A lot of Madonna stuff in the show for Madonna never being in the show.
Yep. And that's the only thing I remember.
That's the only thing I remember about Sesame Street. No, I remember finding out that Snuffleupagus was a character in high school, and then finding out recently that he was also just Big Bird's imaginary friend or some shit or nightmare.
Did I tell you that?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to part the kimono too much. The Komodo dragon too much.
Snuffleupagus is imaginary.
Yeah, which is like. It's interesting. It has the word snuff in it, and then it's an hallucination. I get it.
Yeah. It's kind of like money in the United States.
It's an illusion. Yeah. It's like points. The points are like money. They don't matter. Improv. So here's I wanted to do this for this episode. We're going to talk about the significance of Sesame Street as they're going to discuss in this video. So we need a little bit of like the history of children's television. So, Interestingly enough, children's television did not start until after the TV was invented. A little fun fact.
Imagine that. It's just like how Jim Henson did discover TV till he was 13.
Sorry, I don't know how to imagine things. I grew up on television. So TV started 1939 World Fair. They're like, bam, look at this. It's TV. And people were like, is It's Always Sunny on? They're like, not yet.
Where's my DVR?
Where's my DVR? TiVo Rock Vegas. So in the early 1950s is when we get this onset of children's television. It's about 27 hours of children's programming a whole week, 27 hours. And in my opinion,
a lot of Blue's Clues.
In my opinion, everything back then was for kids. Like what kind of fucking adult watches like
the news?
Yeah, exactly. What do adults need to know about the news? Kids need that shit.
What kind of fucking clown is Walter Cronkite?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody even knows who that is anymore. I'm pretty young and hip. We dabbed before this episode, so I forget who that is. And that's just the way it goes.
Well, sometimes when you dab, you forget stuff.
In the early 50s, kids only had the shows like The Adventures of Superman, which I think is like some kind of fucking Batman ripoff with superpowers instead. Howdy Doody, which is just like Woody from fucking Toy Story.
That's what you say to the toilet when you walk in.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. It's like some nice Family Guy type humor. It's good. The Cisco Kid, which I guess is about thongs or lard. I'm not sure. Grease?
Oh, that's a Sublime song.
The Cisco Kid?
Yeah.
I don't practice Cisco Kid. I ain't got no Cisco Kid. I remember that one. And One thing that's interesting though is puppets were always a big thing in children's television. They were. Yes. I mean, Land Chop is not out yet, but like in like 1954 on the Children's Corner, a TV show that Mr. Rogers was on, he was like a puppeteer that like, did a bunch of puppet shit. Like that's Mr. Rogers, you may know from he was featured in the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny video from the early internet. Tom Hanks. Yeah, you may know him as Tom Hanks. You may know him as there's that friendly guy in the neighborhood who liked to teach kids about empathy and self-esteem and like how to interact with strangers and like respect, self-control. He saw a lot of importance in that kind of like he saw the benefit of television can have in a kid's life. We have the 3 cornerstones in any kid's background. It's community, school, pizza rolls. No, family.
Well, you have those after school.
You have pizza anytime when they're on the table, man.
I know, but mostly after school.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Or for dinner if you're an adult.
If you're an adult, you can have them as a cry snack. But it's interesting. Like I was reading about Mr. Rogers, and it says that he regularly met with his mentor, a renowned child psychologist, Margaret McFarland, to discuss child development theory, so that the show's scripts would authentically reflect the real concerns and feelings of children. So this is kind of why I want to talk about this, because for one, he did puppets and shit. This is like, his show, his actual show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or whatever, aired in 1968, which is really close to when Sesame Street went on, which is what, like, was it 69? No, that's too long ago. When was it?
Was it not the 70s?
It was 69. It was 69. Damn, Jim Henson. I see you.
Him and Frank Oz.
I know that him and his wife weren't, Frank Oz though. That Yoda throat. Anyway.
Oh God.
Oh God, baby Yoda. So
no.
Basically, this leads us into like the Kevin Perjurer episode, which is where he starts it by telling us about what's her name. You got this, Joan Gans Cooney?
Yes.
Yeah. So it starts with the sentence, disembodied voice, presumably Kevin, says throughout the late 50s and 60s, one extraordinary person was climbing their way through the ranks of television. Her name was Joan Gans Cooney. As a public television producer, she was creating some of the most provocative and challenging programming of the civil rights era on New York's public station, WNDT. So this lady was all about like this Mr. Rogers shit with the research and whatnot. Even though she started showing this before him, I guess, because it was like 1966. She meets Lloyd Morissette, which I think is a type of monkey. No, that's a marmoset.
A marmoset.
A Marmaduke.
Marmaduke. That's a dog.
That's a dog. That's my bad. Marmaduke Ellington. That's my new band. I'm gonna start a band called Hella Fitzgerald. But Marmalade a Duke. So basically, with the help of like a nonprofit, the Carnegie Corporation, Cooney and Morissette start researching how television can be used to teach kids, and over like there's too much sex and violence on television, which like ends up being a joke later. Yeah, everybody's like, I fucking hate the intro to what is that, SLC Punk? Or no, is that fucking Mallrats?
That's a shitty exploited song.
I know, but it's like it's in the beginning of a movie. I don't remember if it's in SLC Punk or Mallrats, but both. No, Mallrats starts with a different punk song.
It's probably SLC Punk.
It's probably SLC Punk. The best movie ever made, you know what I mean?
Especially the second one. Y'all seen that one?
Nobody's seen that. Nobody's seen the second SLC Punk.
Wow.
If you want to watch a good movie, you should watch Suburbia because it's punk. I bought Suburbia on DVD at Hot Topic, and when the guy asked me if I'd like a bag, I said, no, I don't want anyone to know where I bought this.
I stole it.
15. Not a good movie, just sad. That's all it is. Boring and sad. So just like being a punk. But I wouldn't have been a punk if I would have watched Sesame Street, because like they did all this research to prove that it was educational. And this became a thing throughout like the rest of time. Like now, like there's so many regulations on TV. Like, I guess except Cartoon Network can do whatever the fuck it wants. But like Nickelodeon and Disney have to have that programming for like little kids, like that Nick Jr. shit.
Yeah, noggin.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta do your noodle dance. I mean, like, but on Cartoon Network, it was just like fucking balls to the wall, jawbreakers, screaming, Trailer Park Girls, like very different world. And I thought I kind of was afraid of the chaos of Cartoon Network as a kid. Like it was a little too like I felt like I was Kid Icarus or something, or just regular Icarus, baby Icarus.
I couldn't watch Cartoon Network for the longest time because whatever cable that we had,
it didn't go high enough channels.
It just didn't have Cartoon Network included in the package.
See, the way I thought it worked was our cable box only went up to like 52 and then it went back to 0 or channel 1, and like Cartoon Network was channel 67 at the time, or no, that was MTV. It was 63, something like that. I don't remember, but it was
the thing.
I thought that the cable box physically couldn't get to that channel. I didn't realize we were just paying for a plan that didn't have it. I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah, like we had MTV and the Disney Channel.
Yeah, MTV at that time was lower in numbers, so we had that. It all switched around. I still remember like the numbers for a lot of the channels. Like the first time I memorized them before when I was like 7, then they changed when I was like 10. I memorized that too. That's sad. Those numbers mean nothing.
But we're the greatest generation, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. The I remember the garage code at my mom's house because it was 7826, and I said this was 5 years ago. I was like, well, I'm 26, so I remember that, and I'm not 78, so I remember that. And then
is that how you remembered phone numbers too? Ben?
That's yeah, but the problem is now, like, since I knew that made no sense, I had to really focus on memorizing that number so I can pretend that it worked. 7826, because I'm not 78, I am 26. But now I keep putting like 6931 because I'm not 69, but I am 31. Doesn't work. Her garage code should just update with when I do.
Exactly. And hopefully it's different now.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you her address. It's beep. Sorry, I was waiting for that beep to get out of the way. It's 2 Madonna Lane. More Madonna references. It works really well because that literally never mind. So
open your heart to me.
Look, Tim, we got an email from one of our fans. They say you sing not enough in each episode. Do you sing more?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm glad you're starting to belt it out.
And I definitely read the emails. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the whole. I vote based on emails. That's the whole thing. But
your emails.
So speaking of lock her up, Cooney started bringing this one dude, fucking like John or like Joey or Jerry or what's his Jim? That's it. Brian's dad, Jim Henson, started bringing him along to these meetings with the Children's Television Workshop and the $8 million they got from the Carnegie Foundation because they were trying to make this show, and she thought like they needed it to be fast paced, like a fucking commercial. That's their comparison basis. Is like commercials are good. Let's make a show that's like a commercial, which I think is the basis for Tim and Eric too. So I don't know, but yes, basically. They're like, who's good at commercials? What about that guy who has the coffee people murder each other and shit? Like, oh yeah, old Jimmy Henson. And so they brought him to these meetings, and he's just like sitting there quietly, like a little nerd. But they all know. They know he's fucked up. They know he's fucked up in the head. They've seen the Muppets.
Yeah. He puts his hand up there and makes magic.
They've seen that itchy and scratchy bullshit. They know what's up. Murder. But yeah, so I mean, like this part of the video is kind of talking about him being brought in for that, but it also is trying to catch us up on what Henson's been up to, trying to like establish himself as like a big TV guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was deciding that I was talking too much. I was gonna bring you in for this. Do you want to talk to me about how Henson doesn't want to be like some kids only type bitch?
That's right, because he filmed a few specials that never saw the light of day, the Tales of the Tinker D and the Land of the Tinker D.
Yeah, maybe it's the titles. Maybe that was it, Jim. Tinker D, buddy. What the fuck?
Yeah, but he met up with John Stone, who Ben doesn't know who that is, and
some guy.
Yeah, they worked together on doing some more experimental stuff, including the princess parody movie of Hey Cinderella. And
have you seen it?
There, no, I haven't.
I haven't either.
That's where Kermit comes from, or Kermit's in there, right?
Yeah, Kermit was already in Sam and Friends too, I believe. But this is when he finally solidifies as a frog is during those things,
and not just some monster.
Yeah, some half frog, half monster like us.
Yeah, but the problem is like he met with Cooney, but he was very hesitatent. Like he really didn't want to do something like Sesame Street. And on top of it, he also figured that Sesame Street would probably only be around for like a couple of months, so it was okay.
Yeah, what a vote of confidence he throws in.
But he didn't want to do it because he basically, like we said at the top, like he didn't want to risk basically making Muppets seem like they're for children.
Yeah,
because he wanted to get like his own Muppet show, basically, like not the Muppet Show, but a show with the Muppets that was more for kids.
I just gotta let him know. Yeah, I gotta let him know that they are for kids. We like them half nostalgia based. Like that's where it comes from. Like it just is. Like my partner was never a Muppets. Like they didn't watch Muppets as kids, so they don't like it now. Like you really do have to be like brought into it at a young age.
Yeah.
Because it's puppets. Sure. Like that's just like the aesthetic, they do that joke in Dinosaurs all the time where it's like it's got the aesthetic for kids, but the jokes for adults. I'm like, it's a kid's show. It's a kid's show with some adult jokes thrown in. That's it. Like SpongeBob. It's SpongeBob.
Yeah. But I mean, as hesitant as he was, he still got his 50% of the merchandising.
Fuck yeah.
And I seem like he kind of just got to do whatever. Like whatever he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, he did like he was supposed to just be doing these little scenes in between things with puppets. Originally, the puppets and the humans were separated for the show, and they'd be like little Muppet segments in between. But like the first thing he did was do like it was like kind of like our first episode of the podcast where it starts with us riffing on title ideas. He does a little bit where they're deciding on the title, and the one guy's like, "So these kids can't read or write? Why don't we call the show Hey Stupid?" Which would have been great.
Yeah, but then Kermit and Rolf are both in this segment, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
And because only Kermit was involved in Sesame Street. Rolf was never on Sesame Street. So
was he really never on it at all? I guess I guess they just had Barkley. Barkley the dog. That was the dog from there, right? They had those dogs with human hands. That shit was scary.
I think like the why do I keep thinking of Phenomena? Because that's not the same thing, no. I don't know why.
You're a dork.
Oh yeah.
Phenomena. Bark, but Barkley.
So in there, and then in that same little skit, Kermit is actually the one who comes up with the name Sesame Street.
Yeah. He's like, wait, hold on. Kermit the Frog here. Why don't we just call it Sesame Street? There we go. Got it in. Still better than the fucking new Kermit. I'm just saying. They should let me do Kermit. I should be Kermit.
Hate that guy. You hate that guy.
I've never done a puppet in real life, but I should be Kermit. I decided. I don't know. Disney, are you listening?
Maybe they are.
But yeah, so we were talking about dogs with human hands or something. I don't know. But the Muppets were the only part that like test audiences liked about the show. Kids were getting distracted whenever Muppets were on the screen. So they end up having to like take more of Jim Henson's time and energy than they initially expected to. So he's just like, fuck this, man. I got to go find a bird. He's dumb. Look, okay, here's the thing. Say I was in a situation, I was like, I could use somebody to help me do this. I'd like call up Zach, our producer, or something. He like goes to a convention to find this person. Doesn't just look them up on Facebook or Messenger. He like goes all the way to the convention and like he finds this chick named Carol Spinney, who apparently is a guy.
Wow, imagine that. Someone named Carol being a guy.
Imagining is still a sore subject. I told you. I can't do it. But yeah, Carol Spinney is a guy. I thought it was a girl my whole life. Just because of the name. I never looked at him. Never looked at the guy. I always thought it was a bird. But Big Bird is like a 3-year-old, 50-foot tall, fucking made of radiation, terrifying creature.
Made of radiation, you say, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, birds aren't real, so whatever. But either way, we got Carol Spinney. He gets some more puppeteers. He's got to dedicate them to the Sesame Street while he's got like all this other shit going on elsewhere. I mean, he created some characters for this, like Bert and Ernie, which is just him and Frank Oz being themselves, which is pretty tight.
Quote unquote roommates.
Yeah, and they're quote unquote going to be in the new Smash Brothers, I hope.
Well, they're definitely smashing
brothers.
I don't know about that.
So here's the thing, though. Sesame Street is a hit. I know we don't know it now. I don't have money for HBO, so it was a hit. And Jim Henson was like, shit, I'm so rich now. Fuck. This sucks, man. Shit.
I hate being rich.
Fuck, I hate it. I'm an artist. So,
I wish my friend Ed Sullivan would help me out.
Yeah. He misses being a starving artist. And like, you know what sucks is like when you get hired at Subway, you're called a sandwich artist. And that's the only artist that can't be a starving artist. Nope. But I love the picture of somebody like in like a beret and like a mime costume type shirt, and they're just like throwing a sandwich against the wall like garbage, it's all trash, my work is, it's never complete. And you're just like, I just want meatballs on it. What the fuck? But yeah, Ed Sullivan, famous employee of Subway. He's one of Jimmy's friends. He's been a fan of him for a while, and he gets him the Great Santa Claus Switch holiday special to air in place of one of his episodes. So Henson's on TV. It's still a children's show though. Like it's Santa Claus. That's children's. Like this isn't Santa's Sleigh, the dumb horror movie. Like this isn't the Santa Claus starring Tim Allen. I'm sure that's rated R. I don't know. Or body horror.
That's because he murders Santa. He
does murder Santa, who disappears like a fucking Jedi. I don't understand. The clothes are just there. Like, this is out of the budget. I don't know. But so Henson also, this is when he makes the Frog Prince with all those little Froggy Boys in 1971 with like Kermit et al. I want to see that because all those Kermits are cute.
Plus we get Robin from that. And then in Santa Claus, in the Great Santa Claus Switch, we get Gonzo.
We get Proto Gonzo. Yeah, he's a Frackle. Mm-hmm. And we get Sweetums. We learn more about Gonzo in an upcoming episode, and I like it. It's interesting. I like the story about that puppeteer. But we'll get to that soon. And the thing is, Henson just wants a fucking show or some fucking specials, but nobody cares. Nobody cares at all until a little guy with a dream, Michael Eisner, little bit. Michael Eisner.
All the motherfuckers in Hollywood
and all the gin joints in all the world. So Jim gets to do his Valentine's special, and it fucking rips. Like it's like the best. He proves that Muppets are good. Like people weren't sure. People were like Muppets, and now they're like Muppets. Dab. They do dabs about the Muppets.
Yeah, and then from there he gets on the jazz show where we get Miss Piggy's debut.
Yep. And then he's starting to get all like fucking, like he's starting to get all hard about this now, and he wants to do the special, and he thinks it's funny to call it Muppets Sex and Violence.
Sex
by the Exploited.
And violence. Yeah.
Yeah. And ABC's like, oh come on, why not sax and violins? He's like, nope, sex and violence. And but the show introduces some important characters like Nigel, who is not important. He eventually is like he's like an orchestra host later or some shit. And Sam Eagle, Dr. Teeth, Janice, one of the best characters, Floyd Pepper, Zoot, Animal, one of the best, Swedish Chef.
That's exactly what Swedish people sound like.
I want to hear you sing let me think. Okay. I want to hear you sing "Sugar We're Going Down" as Swedish Chef right now. I love it.
I mean, honestly, what's the difference?
I was about to say, my word, for you.
He always fucking garbles his words. You don't know what the fuck he's saying. Like dance. It just sounds like Ted's pants. That's
Fred's got slacks. Honestly, he's the Nancy Reagan of the pop punk scene. So
he's got mouthfuls.
Exactly. So from these two pilots, we get, they also include our old friends like Kermit the Frog, Ralph the Dog, Bert.
They're hardly in it.
Bert's in it too. Yeah, they are hardly in it. There's this, I remember him being on Carson, and Carson's like, "Are you going to be in it?" And Kermit's like, "Fucking no."
One lousy line.
Yeah.
And then one of the dancing scenes, which would come over to the Muppet Show, but there's one with Rolf, and he's like talking to his date. He's like, I used to be on the Jimmy Dean show. They forgot about me. It's really funny.
So the problem they were having essentially with like Muppets Sex and Violence is there was no like format to it. It didn't have structure. They were missing, like, they had this that guy Jerry Jewell, I think, was his head writer most of the time. He didn't write for that though, because he moved to California. So it lacked character and structure. The Valentine's special was like perfect. They got that shit on. It seems like the Muppets always have to be doing some kind of show. Like that seems to be the thing that like works for it. I don't know what. So I saw somebody mention on like line, like somewhere, they mentioned that it makes sense based on when you like watch this documentary that so many of the Muppets like themes or like the stories for Muppet things are like the Muppets trying to get back together or trying to get on TV or trying to make a show, because Jim Henson had to do that all the time, like constantly trying to sell the Muppets.
Yeah, and the problem though was that, like you were saying, there was no structure, and like the characters like didn't interact with one each other like another properly, and like
they weren't actually doing the stuff they're supposed to do behind scenes either to make the show. They were just like playing cards, and it was just Nigel sucked.
Yeah, Nigel was just like not interesting. Like it's just not a good.
This is before they found. This is before they realized Kermit is the fucking glue. They haven't gotten there yet, but I would say, I don't know. So we got like Henson still in Sesame Street. That continues to run for fucking ever. And he's got these two pilots. He's still trying to like shop his show around. And unfortunately, it turns out that if you're gonna have to make Muppets for adults, you're gonna have to make really shitty deal with Lorne Michaels and put it on and do the Muppets on SNL, which were not good.
For $1 million.
It's just like, God damn. Yeah. Speaking of Jay Roach, wait, was that it? That wasn't on the podcast.
No.
But they made like this Muppet sales promo around this time too. As it was appearing on, it was pretty good. Like that seems like us. That reminded me of us.
Jim, you gotta give us at least a 40 share. God and Kermit like touching fingers.
Amazing. So they made the Land of Gorch or whatever, The World According to Gorch is what the sketch was on SNL, and it sucked. And like the thing was, because Muppet writers weren't allowed to write it, it had to be like union writers for SNL, so it didn't have the tone. It was like trying to be too adult. That was the whole thing, and like all the people at SNL didn't want to do it, so they didn't work well together. We got him calling fucking, what was it, Jim Belushi's brothers coined the phrase "mucking Fuppets."
Yeah, and their head writer, Michael O'Donoghue.
I know what he wants to do.
He doesn't write for Felt.
Yeah, racist.
He's a racist.
Yeah. Paula fucking Dean of that's a real person, right? The Paula Dean of SNL is what I call him. Because I couldn't think of any other racist people that were on SNL.
Never.
Especially not that guy who got canceled after like being on it for being hired for like a few months.
Yeah, he wasn't even on. He never made it to the show.
I think they did some bit with him as a fireman, though, about a Trump supporting fireman. But
really?
Yeah, that was the whole like joke about how he was a Trump supporter in real life. And I remember seeing him go on Rogan, and Rogan is such a little punk. Like, sorry, Daddy Rogan, but like You're a punk. Like he when he has people that he like are more powerful than him on a show, he's like a little like he's like, oh, I love you, blah blah blah. And then he has this guy on there, and he like makes him sweat because he's like lower than him. And it's like, when you stand for nothing, you fall for everything, and you get COVID. Like,
and you take horse medicine.
You take the horse, you take the medicine, you take them both, and there you have.
But you never put the medicine before the horse.
Yeah, that's what I've always been told. So we got the racist people on SNL hating Muppets. We got fucking Sesame Street doing pretty well. Oh, woohoo! And then we got Lou Gray, father of Earl Grey, the T from the UK. He's been into Henson for a while, like really into Henson, and he's like, he got his buddy Brillstein on the phone, which is one of Henson's guys, and he's like, hey man, wait, hold on. Hello, Governor. Shoot a show over here, watcher, isn't it?
Oi,
Harry Potter. And why don't you shoot a show over here? Is Frank Oz Dobby? Never mind. So so the thing is they have to go to London because it's cheaper for some reason. I think it's because they like you just have to weigh a lot there, like because they charge by the pound.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Because I ate a little too much for Brexit. Am I right?
You did it. Yeah. You had some beans for breakfast, Ben?
Yeah, some beans and toast or whatever they do. Beans and mash.
Beans and toast. Mushy peas.
Childhood illiteracy. Whatever London does.
Bad teeth. I don't know.
Bad teeth. Douglas Adams eating cookies. So anyway, Henson's down. He's like, all right, fuck it. Let's go to London. Let's shoot some Muppets. Let's like get this going. And that
he doesn't even know. That is not what he said, Ben. He got him on the phone, and Henson's exact words to him when he told him about it was just like, I love you.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the video ends with Frank Oz slapping him.
You hussy.
You bussy. Jim Hussey and his bussy. So yeah, so I mean, double bussy, double topper. What is he called in London? Double decker bussy.
Double decker Spice Girls.
Yeah. We've all seen the Spice Girls movie. They were the next Beatles.
They were.
Yeah, there's only two bands from England.
The Beatles.
I thought you were doing
Stones.
I thought you were doing Death Grips for a second. You said it goes.
I don't know any Death Grip songs.
That's the only one I know. It goes. You
know that one of the guys in the live band is in the band Hella. Did you know that?
Hella Fitzgerald?
Yeah.
My band?
That's your band. That's your band.
Thank you. Yeah. If you want to check us out, we're on Spotify, we're on Pure Volume, we're on Absolute Music, we're on the cover of AP Magazine last month.
Are you on Pure Volume?
That's the second thing I said. So yes. We're on Reverb Nation. We're on myspace.com/Hella Fitzgerald, the band, Ohio.
You had to add the band because there was another one.
It was taken.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's just like when me and you started that band called Huey Lewis and the News, and we got in trouble.
Yeah, we had to change it to NEUS.
Yeah, wait, what?
News. NEUS.
I thought Noose, like NOOSE.
No, God. What do you think? I don't write for Felt?
So speaking of Felt, I felt pretty good about this episode of Kevin Perjurer's series. I think he's doing good. This is 2 years ago now?
It's like a year ago, actually, I think.
No, it's 2019. Trust me.
Oh, really?
I do my research, Tim. I do my research. Tim.
Last year.
What kind of name is Tim? Is that just the J got all weird? It's supposed to be Jim?
Yeah, someone took an eraser and they accidentally erased the little tail part.
It is a tail, isn't it? That's cute.
Yeah, for Tim.
The tail for tails.
So tails.
So your tails, Idris Elba is Knuckles.
I wish I was Tails.
Who's Sonic, like Jason Schwartzman or something?
No, it's the guy from
Gabe Baruchel.
No, it's the guy from Parks and Rec. I'm technically homeless. That guy.
John Ralphio?
Yeah. It's John Ralphio.
Ben Schwartz? That's amazing.
Yeah. That's Sonic. Yeah.
I might watch it now.
You should see the first one. It's pretty good.
I mean, I'll watch him in anything. He's good. Him and I like what's his sister more.
Yeah.
Money Please. Was that Jenny Slate?
Jenny Slate, yeah.
She's the best. Speaking of Jenny Slate, you should check out the Drunk History episode with her in it when she's telling the story, because she is hilarious. So that's what this is all about. Just us talking about drunk history. Oh, wait, no. We're talking about the Muppets history. So
yeah, neither of us are drunk. So
I've been sober for a few months now. I'm announcing it to the podcast.
Wow, congratulations, Ben.
Wow, you never had to do. Was this I had a dream. I just realized this. I had a dream that you used to do drugs.
Darling.
And then I found out that I was like, you're not a real straight edge then. Like, you're like, no, it's because I'm in recovery. I was like, it's very weird.
You said that in your dream, right? Not in real life.
Yeah, this happened in real life. I would not say that to somebody.
yeah, because that's not true.
I mean, you have to be 1, a boy, 2, never had touched a drug in your life, 3, racist, 4. Wait, I'm talking about Ohio straight edge.
Life ruiner.
That's Canadian straight edge.
That's right.
How come they're
across the lake? You know?
That's what we say, across the lake. We call New York the lake. But so yeah, that was the Sesame Street episode, because next week we're going to be talking about the Muppet Show, which was filmed in the UK, and that's going to be a crazy one, because for one, I've still never watched the Muppet Show.
Well, you can on Disney Plus.
Oh shit. Thanks for hitting the market. Was that our advertisement, our paid advertisement for Disney Plus? Yep.
Money, please.
I'm a Disney Plus size model. Money, please.
But I'll wait, Michael Eisner. I'll wait.
So we got next week we're going to be doing the UK episode, and then we got 3 more after that, and then we're going to have to start season 4. And here's the thing, Tim. Can I tell you, Tim?
Ben's sad.
I'm sad. I'm anticipating it, and I'm very excited to talk about dinosaurs again. It's been a while. But I'm also, there's only 14 episodes on that thing. I
know.
Once it's done,
talk about something else.
No, the prophecy will be fulfilled. We have to return to the crystal orbs.
Oh, to be pondered?
Yeah, to be pondered.
As another meme. That's another meme for you right there.
Yeah, Twitter. What's up? So you can follow us on Twitter at A Dinosaur's Tale. You can follow us on Instagram at the same handle.
Find all our Nancy Reagan takes on Twitter.
If you want any type of dinosaur shrinky dinks, hit me up. I'll make you one. I'll mail it to you for $5. I'll also I'm working on a little dinosaurs themed board game that is illegal for me to do. So I'll let you know about that too. I can send you the PDFs and you can download it yourself.
Well, as long as you don't sell it, you'll be fine.
I trust me. I know how to sell things without getting caught. I
don't know what that means.
Let's just say I moved a lot of Anthrax. Wait, burnt albums of Anthrax, the band.
Ben was a roadie for Anthrax for a couple of years.
Yeah, well, I would say more like a townie, because it was not during tours. It was just when
you got caught. You got caught in the job.
I had to set up their guitars at band practice. It wasn't fun.
Oh, well, they don't play acoustic guitars, man.
Yeah, that's why I had to set them up. You don't set up an acoustic guitar; it's just there. It's called, also, for one, Grandpa's guitar is what it's called.
Grandpa's,
have some respect,
like Grandpa's root beer.
No, not your dad's root beer.
Another sponsor.
Speaking of not your dad, thanks to Zachary,
not my dad,
Zachy George, the big daddy of the house.
Oh, the big daddy.
You're gonna have 3 whole kids. That's
whole kids. That's different than having half kids.
We're not going to talk about it. It was a close call. Oliver has all his limbs. That's all that matters. Your cat and his son. But so yeah, check out Zach's podcast, Keystone Copycats, with Chris and Zach. They're doing a Christmas thing right now. It's going to be over soon, and they're going to be fucking right back into their Freaky Friday season. And I'm loving it so far.
I'm so behind because I'm behind in all of my podcasts. So I'm like playing a catch-up game with them. I did listen to the Jumanji episode, though. That was good.
Oh, that's the one I missed, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Jumanji. I like the original one.
I have not gotten to the Muppets Christmas Carol one. I think that's the next one I got to listen to.
Oh, yeah. I listened to that one. I wrote the description for that one. It's pretty good. I liked it. I know I've seen that special, but it's been so long.
It's not a special, Ben. It's a movie.
That's a special. Movies are special, Tim. Come on.
Some movies like Goldmember.
Speaking of Goldmember, the band Goldfinger, ska. Thank you to Jer from Scotch Network for our theme song. It's spicy. It's hot. It's what the kids crave. I love it.
Yeah. Also, we probably are late on this when this is coming out, but We Are the Union recently got their van broken into, and there was a GoFundMe going around. But I think by the time this episode comes out, that won't be relevant, or they'll meet their goal. So
was that? Oh, you know what? I saw a post about that, and I think at first I didn't piece together that it was like We Are the Union. I think I was thinking it was just Scotch Network, so I didn't do my research.
No,
you think it was that Moose's brother?
Oh my God. I don't think they think it's funny, man. I think that was pretty traumatizing.
I'm sure, but they say they're vegan and they hit a moose. I don't know what to tell you. Woo! So that was long ago. That was so many years ago.
It was very long ago.
Sorry, and I'm sorry about that moose you hit. I'm sorry about the time that we hung out in Cincinnati and my friend stole a sandwich from the AM/PM, and it was embarrassing because they chased them out of there. And it's cool though because Reed was like, "Fuck them, they got loss prevention coverage and shit," and we're like, "Yeah, hell yeah, fucking riot girl, let's do this."
That's right. But the GoFundMe's been going around like all weekend, and I think they're already pretty close to their goal. But if it's not,
you can send us money.
Go check out their socials, and they might have a link to it if you want to.
Yeah, I have. If you need their social security numbers, I have all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we got you there. And speaking of social security, I feel safe when I'm in public with my friend Amy Shenanigan, who did our logo. It's true. One time I was lost in Kettering, Ohio, and she was like, "Well, I'm leaving a dentist appointment. Give me the intersection you're at, and I'll pick you up." And we listened to Motion City soundtrack as she drove me to my destination, which was 2 hours from walking distance from where I was. I was very lost. So thank you for that and for our logo. That was 12 years ago. Life is always a going. And
it's a movie.
And also thanks to our friend Stacy Zeppernick for the logo artwork for the t-shirt. And we got more of those shirts coming in. I got to check my email to see if I got a hit back from this dude, Marky. If you're in Cincinnati and need shirts, hit up Marky. For me, I have some extra shirts. If you want I got an Asian Man record shirt that has Fit Me in Years. Y'all can have. So just hit me up, Ben Idol. Ben Hand Up me.
On my Depop.
Hit me up on my mobile. Stay vibing, stay chill. This is we've been Sinclarity, A Dinosaur's Tale. I've been Ben Hand Up me. That's been We're Gonna Need Another Timmy.
Yes.
And hey, don't call us late for dinner. That's what we always say.
Nope.
And we'll see you lot across the pond next week, eh?
Yeah. Sure.
I'm glad that Matthew probably does not listen.
No. No, he doesn't, body lass.
So next week's the Harry Potter episode. We'll see you then.
Okay, goodbye. See you at Hogwarts.
Love you. Enjoy going extinct, or like maybe it's a different thing since we're just doing Muppets right now. Whatever. Say fuck you, Brian Henson. Oh man, I feel bad. He listens.
Yep. Hi, right. Brian.
Hey, Tim, it's already over. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
They don't know how to stick around listening to this. Fucking idiots. We already have their money. We have their money.
We have their monies.
We have their Brexits, their pounds, their euros, their gyros.
Euro plus.
Eurovision. Sick. All right, let me stop recording. Bye, Zach.
That was better than the other one.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Uh-huh.
We're gonna talk to each other, but each sentence has to start with the next letter in the alphabet. So I start by like, "A nice day out there, huh?" And you say, "Ben, shut up."
I'm not gonna remember that.
But like, we're just gonna go in alphabetical order. Okay, so answer me this, Tim. What's up?
Ben, suck my dick.
Can't do it.
Dick.
Egads.
Fuck you. Suck it.
I won. Gay.
Huge cock.
I don't think we're on the same page here.
Jesus Christ, just suck the cock.
Can't do it with a K.
No, you can't. Like the cons.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Love you.
Maybe not.
Nope.
Only God knows.
I just want to make a Kid Rock joke.
Penis.
Pelvis.
Queer.
Rotten scoundrel. Oh, I used your
Scoundrel, me? Oh, we can do this.
Truly. That is a word.
Unicycles are cool.
Very much so.
Well, maybe we should start the podcast in a couple sentences.
Why?
You skipped xylophone. Zebra.
X.
Yeah, straight edge. You should have stood there.